Twitch is back up, so it should be good to go. Let us know when we're live again.
Yeah, Twitch is back, so...
Fantastic. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Split Yellow. We apologise for the interrupted coverage tonight, but we are back, and we have a few updates for you. So, Alexis, we saw the battle. It didn't come to blows, but it is over, unfortunately, for Hobbs.
Yeah, and Rondinell has been given a 10-second penalty for causing a collision on lap 22. So not too sure what's happened there, but that could potentially explain why he's dropped 4.3 seconds back behind Kong. As you said, for Hobbs, up the inside of Druids he went, and unfortunately couldn't get the traction down that he wanted, and around it went on the exit with Briss on the outside. Hobbs has done fairly well to slowly close that gap in once again, so it mightn't be over just yet for the end of this race, but it's going to make it a hell of a lot harder for the Lamborghini driver to get through.
Yeah, it just depends on how worse Paul Britt's tyres do get towards the end of this race. I don't imagine they'll be that bad. Oh, Hobbs is just so on the edge. He knows he can probably make the time back up. I mean, that last lap there was a 23.4. It was a 24.4 by Paul Britt. So there is a second a lap here, and we've got definitely over 6 laps to go. So that 6-second gap could evaporate rather quickly. So he may well have another shot at this, and certainly with the tyres. And yes, ladies and gentlemen, the stream did unfortunately die. We had a small issue, and in the background, refresh the stream. You'll be good to go, and come back and join us in the commentary box. Just yet another update. Hobbs did end up having a spin at the exit of turn 2. That did evaporate the battle we had between him and Paul Britt, but it is back on now, as is the stream, and Paul Britt's tyres are the question on how long they're going to last and how slow he's going to be. That was a much better lap for him this time at 23.8 compared to a 23.7 for Hobbs, so he's back on the pace of Britt. I think he knows it's crunch time now.
Yeah, that's it. I think Britt's had the opportunity to stay ahead, and he's not going to let Hobbs catch up to him for a second time. So 12 minutes to go. He's going to be pushing with all his might to stay ahead, and with Hobbs' mistake, he's brought Jerry into the equation for P3 in this race.
Exactly right. So once again, Paul Hobbs unfortunately had a spin at turn 2. He's back in it, and we are getting the live stream back up and running. So thank you everyone for your patience. We apologise for the interrupted coverage. Looking around the grid, Zeri still ahead. Oh, here we go. There's going to be a replay. So let's have a little look. This is into Druids. It was very close on the exit of turn 1, but the inside line was what Hobbs ended up with. And this was actually looking really nice. But I think, yeah, the Lamborghini's rear end looks like Alexis got a little bit destabilized on the inside curb because he was trying to give as much space as possible to Hobbs, who was trying to hold it around the outside. And yeah, once it was launched, well, it was going to go around, wasn't it?
Yeah, it always was, unfortunately, there. So, yeah, I think for Hobbs, it was just not being able to hang on to the loose rear end of the Lamborghini, but Britt will take the chances he's been given, and he is still 4.8 seconds quick, so it's definitely not over yet, but it's going to be a lot harder for the 43 Lamborghini to be able to get through anytime soon.
Yeah, that's right. Second difference that lap, so he's definitely back on the pace as Hobbs. So if he can keep that up, he will be in shooting distance again. I do say we were still right to say the tyres were the right thing to do. I think that was just really unlucky on the inside curb there with the overtake, and nothing that Hobbs did to really cause that at the end. Paul Britt did to cause that at the end of the day. It was just a little bit too much curb, and these things unfortunately do happen. Nonetheless, quick look around the grid. Zeri still leading silver class. Please don't go wide there. There we go. We're all good. Then Piper in P2. Kafil Slade's made up a position. He's now in P8 and starting to chase down Kong and Spence. He'll be ahead of Kong relatively soon. It looks like they're quite close out on track, as is Kong to Spence. Sorry, Kafil Slade's still 4.5 seconds behind Kong, but Kong and Spence are very close, and this is the battle for the lead of the Pro-Am class. Great to see this come down to the wire. It is McLaren versus Ferrari.
Indeed it is. Yeah, it's been a great race from Tony Spence. He would deserve the Pro-Am win in this one, but you also cannot discount the drive that Kong has put on. He was behind Rondinell, behind Johnson, who had that unfortunate disconnect, and now he's right there to potentially take a Pro-Am win. Kong currently sitting third in the standings for the Pro-Am class behind Wesley Yao and Chris Croat. Spence just behind Kong, so this is actually a bit of a fight within the championship battle for the prime class between these two, as well as the supremacy on the day. So we will see what happens here, but right now it is Spence with the upper hand.
That's right, and here's an interesting one for you guys. Position start for Matthew Lamb, Paul Britt, Hobbs, Zeri, Piper, Spence, and Kong, all exactly the same position that they started the race in. So no position is gained or lost by any of them, from what my timing sheet is telling me, unless it's completely wrong. But I think from what I remember, that's about right. Kafil Slade gained 2 because he started in P10. Ron Delella is in P9, started 9th. So a lot of people still in the positions they started the race, and the question is, will Tony Spence be able to maintain that and hold on to a Pro-Am victory here? He has driven a really good race, and of course, remember, he did qualify P6 right behind Piper and Zeri, so it was impressive qualifying by him in the McLaren. Clearly got himself very dialed in with the circuit, but as has Kong, and he's had a good run this race too, in P7 in that number 6 Ferrari. And the Ferrari, I said it once before, I'll say it again, and I'll probably say it again in the future, the Ferrari is actually, I think, underrated in this circuit at Brands Hatch. It is actually quite a good car. It doesn't have great top speed, as we know, and doesn't have great exit velocity either. But yeah, it's a consistent one, and it can handle really well. So it's a car that can take advantage of other people's mistakes.
And when you're comparing the two, the McLaren, which is quite understeery through the corners, probably loses out a fair bit compared to the Ferrari. There's a little bit of a look for Kong to the inside, but Spence is aware of it and does not fall for the bait. Spence has been very, very good on that sort of defensive, clean and fair driving today, you would say. And yeah, the 420 Motorsport McLaren, with a beautiful livery, if you don't mind, is looking set at this stage with 7.5 minutes to go to clinch a Pro-Am victory in this race. But Kong is going to try everything he possibly can, as Wesley Yao picks up a 5-second penalty for causing a collision on lap 25.
I just had to think to myself, what was this livery trying to depict? And then I realized it's the number 420, and of course it's a psychedelic livery. So I've managed to join the dots 53 minutes into this race and realize exactly what this livery is about. It is a very psychedelic livery. Hats off to him. Splash some paint, do a bit of a Jackson Pollock on the old McLaren, see what sticks, and that's what stuck, and it does look great. Good colours in there. like the banner as well. Excellent work by these guys. But yeah, that 5-second penalty, not going to cost Yao too much in this race. We'll lose him a position to McDowell, but I don't think it's going to cost him a position in the Pro class. That said, Hayden Marsh is less than 5 seconds away, only just, so that's going to be a bit of a challenge for the number 27 in Hayden Marsh. Can he just keep the foot down in his Ferrari and keep within that 5 seconds at the end of the race? That'll bag him a P12 in this race if he can do so. And nice little close up there to Glenn. By the way, we do need to thank Glenn. Everyone should give him a round of applause because he has been juggling fire, knives, chainsaws, 10 at a time, all in the air, behind his back, under his legs, the whole caboodle. Glenn, you've done an awesome job tonight, mate. It's been pretty hectic for you. So everyone give a round of applause to Glenn, our broadcaster.
Yes, if I wasn't holding down my push to talk button, I would be clapping in front of my microphone right now. But yes, Glenn has done a brilliant job as ever, and he's got another 12-minute qualifying and an hour-long race coming up right after this in Split Green. So
he probably didn't want reminding of that.
No, either way, Glenn does a huge amount for Octane Online Racing, and yeah, always a pleasure to have him broadcasting and doing everything that he does. But yeah, certainly hasn't been the easiest of nights for him. So gotta give hats off.
That's right, and as we head through 6 p.m. now on track time, the temperature on the track is cooling down a little bit, 19 degrees. We were just on board with the Taco Sport car. Number 27, who's got to stay within 5 seconds of Yao ahead to gain that extra position. Here's Kafil Slade on the back of Jaden Rondinella. So Rondinella, who's really only been challenging other cars for position this entire race, finds himself with a 10-second penalty and a 7.5 second gap up to Kong ahead. So he was looking to get a third in Pro-Am. That unfortunately doesn't look like it's going to be the case at the moment. I think Lim is within that 10-second period of penalty that he has gained, so that will probably cost him a position in Pro-Am, which he'll be absolutely gutted about. And then, Kafil Slade on a bit of a charge back through the field after what was, probably one of the more disastrous pit stops we've seen today, and in a long time, actually, to see the car stopping and starting, trying to crawl into the pit box. It was a couple of slow corners before the pit entry, and then as he hit the pit entry, it just went all wrong. I can't believe he got the car slowed down as well. I mean, that was, I have to take my hat off, that was really precise from Kafil Slade, but it was right on the limit.
Yes, indeed, it was, yeah. It hasn't been the easiest of races for Slade as we jump up to Britt. I did say it wasn't going to be over until the very end. Hobbs is now 1.5 seconds behind with 3 minutes and 50 seconds to go. That's still a few laps left, and Hobbs has been gaining by a few tenths a lap. It's been on a mission. It's pretty much going to come down to this final lap.
It's going to be great. 3.5 minutes to go, as he said. So we're really, really close to the end, but there's still a 1.3 second gap there. Hobbs, his last lap, let me take a quick look here, 23.6. It was a 24.1. There's half a second gap there in the previous lap between Britt and Hobbs, and that's not quite the rate you'd need. He needs another lap where he's about a second quicker. He's got the slipstream now, so there'll be a little bit of advantage, but look at the counter steering input through the final corner. It's looking uncomfortable now in the Lamborghini.
Yeah, and if this is what it looks like for Hobbs, who's only been on these tyres for half a race, what's it like for Britt, who's been on those tyres for the whole race? Like, Britt has done very, very well to hold on to him. It hasn't been easy, especially in that car, but Hobbs has been really struggling with the traction in the Lamborghini. He's going to get very, very close. He's pretty much going to have 2 laps after this to get it done, thanks to Lam's positioning on track. So it will actually come down to this final lap based on the advancements that Hobbs has been able to make.
Exactly. Meanwhile, Matthew Lamb leading the race, rapidly moving back to this battle. Paul Britt, yeah, this is the struggle town part. I mean, Britt has driven incredibly well. I think he was almost inevitably going to be overtaken the last time Hobbs caught up to the rear, his rear wing. So in a way, Britt got a little bit lucky to have such a gap that he's able to play with at the end of this race. 2 minutes to go, and there's going to be a key lunge somewhere. It might be one of those turn 1 moves where the Audi just ends up, really far wide at turn 1. Now there's a lot of traffic ahead of them. This could actually be the opportunity. Hobbs is only a second behind him now. There's this blue flag traffic that is going to compromise Britt ever so slightly. And if this is a convenient place, it is a convenient place for Hobbs to maybe get past the redback Spider Aston Martin there. That is Aston Ayake, I believe, so it does do a good job getting out of the way. It's actually only worked slightly in the favor of Hobbs in terms of that, but look how good he is on the brakes into turn 1. Really brave, knows he needs to take advantage of this, and ideally, if Britt can get past these next 2 blue flags on the straight, or maybe pick off one in the corner, get the next one in the straight before Hawthorne, that's going to really help him to defend the position as we head towards the last... No, we've got one more lap. No, this is the last lap.
This is the penultimate lap. This is the
penultimate lap. Okay, so it's the second to last lap. It's still good opportunity. Got to navigate this next blue flag bit of traffic.
This is made for a very, very exciting ending to round 3 at Brands Hatch for Split Yellow's Simrigs Sprint Series race. The gap between Britt and Hobbs is 0.7 of a second. Britt is doing everything he possibly can. I feel the advantage that Hobbs had with the tyres is starting to be nullified a little bit by the dirty air generated from the rear end of the Audi, but you can see that Hobbs does just have that little bit more traction. They're coming up to the Mustang of Kidman. Leader is on the final lap. Matt Lamb has done brilliantly in this one. Britt pushing with all his might to get that Audi around the final corner at Clark. The gap as they start the final lap is 0.3 of a second, if you don't mind. Meanwhile, further down, Kafil Slade has the drive-through penalty for track limits. That's really unfortunate for him. Made his slightly forgettable race even more forgettable, and he's disconnected as well, so he's not going to get anything out of this one. But look at how tight it is. It's come down to this after an hour of racing, and Britt's gone wide. That's going to allow Hobbs to the inside as we run down towards Surtees corner. Up the inside goes Mitch Hobbs. Can he atone for the sin that he made earlier on? He has. He moves up into P2 on the last lap of the race ahead of Paul Britt, he lost 7 seconds from the mistake he made. Britt is going to try and push him through Hawthorne Bend, but it's not going to be enough. I think it's going to be Hobbs who will take P2 in this race, but out front, Matthew Lamb is coming around the final corner at Clark, and he has put in an excellent drive, and he takes round 3 of Split Yellow here for the Octane Online Racing Simrigs Sprint Series. But you've got to applaud this effort from Mitch Hobbs. The mistake he made at Druids, you would have thought that was all she wrote. But now, coming through Clark, he's going to take P2 on the final lap of this race from Paul Britt. Britt did everything he could to hold on, but in the end, it's the number 43 Lamborghini on top at Brands Hatch over the number 37 Audi.
Wow, Paul Britt's tyres gave up right at the end. This was also a very close battle right at the end. We didn't catch a lot of this through the last few laps. Tony Spence still leading from Kong. It's also going to be very close. Both of the battles for silver and chrome coming down to the line. It's the photo finish between the two. It is going to be the McLaren of Tony Spence. Well done, right to the checkered flag. This battle evolved and evolved and evolved. And there we go. It will be Jaden Rondelau across in third there, but he will lose a position, I believe. No. Actually, he's much further ahead of Lim than I thought he was. So he will actually retain P3. But yeah, back to Britt. His tyres gave up at Graham Hill on the last lap. What a shame for him. Really genuine shame. And then, of course, they're taking advantage of that. Hobbs did it really nicely. He parked it on the apex at Surtees. Nothing you can do. You could see Britt positioning himself for that switchback to get the run, to get side by side, go up Pilgrim and up and down Pilgrim's Drop, and maybe find a way up the inside at Hawthorne to hold onto that position, force Hobbs into an awkward one. But it was all done by then. As soon as Hobbs parked it on the Surtees apex, that was game over and position gained. Last lap antics. You absolutely love to see it. That's Brands Hatch, ladies and gentlemen.
Indeed. We'll go through some results now. Matthew Lamb, pole position, fastest lap, and race win by 20.2 seconds over Mitch Hobbs. What a final lap between himself and Britt. Unlucky for Britt, but he still takes P3. We'll jump across to your silver class now, which was Jerry, Piper, and the unfortunate Slade, who disconnected later on with the drive-through penalty he accrued. Pro-Am class, it was brilliant drive from Spence, my driver of the day. Then Kong, very, very close then Rondinella, followed by the AM class with Ataniyake winning out from Winton and Kranich. Well, what a race we had there.
That was good fun. Yeah, if I had to choose the driver of the day, it'd be Hobbs, just for the drive back that he did. It was very brave in the Lamborghini, I think, and very consistent at the end of the day, despite the mistake he did make. I mean, he had to try up the inside, he had to try it, but one little mistake. There was certainly a few mistakes from Britt as well throughout the race, and I think at the end of the day, he's going to rue his mistake. He was nearly overtaken with 20 minutes to go by Hobbs, who took new tyres, whereas Britt did not, from what we can tell. And I think that was the real thing that bit Britt, unfortunately, today. So a shame for him, but Hobbs, P2, Lamb, wow, 20 seconds ahead. So, what do you say to that? What do you say to that? It's just super impressive as always. It is just amazing. Yeah. Matthew Lamb, congratulations. Alexis, pleasure being back in the commentary box for Split Yellow with you. Big thanks to Glenn as well. Great race, and congratulations to Split Yellow winners today.
Indeed. We will be off to a short break, where after the break we'll have Split Green with your commentators, Connor Hind and Josh Heimersbet. For now, it is goodbye from myself and George. Thank you very much.
Good day. Welcome everyone. We're back, round 3, Brands Hatch of the Split Green OOR Simrigs Sprint Series for Octane Online Racing. I'm joined in the box tonight by Jeremiah's Holmes, and unfortunately we won't have Lukey with us, so it'll just be us two accompanying you guys tonight. How are you, Jem?
Yeah, good as always. And yourself?
Yeah, good. Absolutely splendid. So Brands, your thoughts?
My thoughts. Personally, not a fan. I don't know if that's controversial or not. I think it's a fun track when I was a kid and I was playing games and controllers, but with a wheel and a proper rig, I don't like it anymore for some reason. I have no clue why. How about yourself?
Yeah, it's very meh. It's very mid. I mean, it's like, it's not bad. It's good to hot lap. I'll give it that. It's really good to hot lap, and when you nail a lap, you feel on top of the world. But like, I don't know. Split yellow proved us wrong though. That race was impeccable.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. I mean, it looks like it can produce a pretty good race. So hopefully, again, we get to see something like that tonight. Two times in one night. You know, nothing better than that. So. And it looks like, as well, we have Keys lapping in this quali, actually setting laps, which is interesting because he hasn't been doing that for the first 2 rounds, I would say.
Probably for the first 2 rounds, just getting those turbos spooled up in the old GDR. But yeah. But yeah, we're in qualifying at the moment. We're about halfway through qualifying, going down into the 6-minute mark. So we have Keys on top. With a 22.8, Hamilton behind, only a 10th behind. Barker, who we're on board with here, only 4 tenths behind with a 23.2. Hill about half second back, and Vidna to round out your top 5, about 6-7 tenths back. So as Barker improves marginally and Hamilton does not. So yeah, I mean, like, if you can get a high 22 here, you'll be in pretty good stead to get somewhere around the top. I think anything 22. On these grids, but check out some of these corner names like Graham Hill Bend. Like I don't know. Like, it's cool, it's iconic. I get it, but like, you could be more creative.
Is G Hill's first name Graham?
Yes.
Wow. So he's got a corner named after him on this track, is it?
They should let him funnel through the entire corner just by himself. He should be the parade. Through that corner. Like, if anyone's attacking him at that corner, back out of it. Stay out.
Absolutely, it's his corner. He's got right.
He's got a flag there. He's got a mortgage there. The doors there. Like, it's his land.
Absolutely. I just noticed corner 7 there. Dingles Dell. There's no way they've done that. That can't be a corner name. Dingles Dell.
See what I mean? See what I mean?
Who's doing that? Who named that? I mean, the rest of them are Sheen goes hard. Sheen's all good.
Sheen sounds like kind of like a wishy-washy call-up like cleaning product that like they can't sell in the stores.
Mr. Sheen.
That's a bit of flex tape.
Druids. Oh, this is cool. I'm going to enjoy seeing these corner names. Oh, there we go. We're watching Graham Hill go around Graham Hill Bend. What a special moment. We were there for that.
We were there. We can say on this day we were there for when Graham Hill went through Graham Hill's corner. He just went through the front door and out the back. It was glorious. But yeah, it's just you got a bit of different influence on everything in terms of the corner namings there. As we're kind of sitting on the back end of the top 10 here. Giacomo and Tafiq look like they're putting in a good performance this week. 4th and 5th now, so they've jumped up a bit.
Absolutely. Giacomo's got that first sector locked down. He's got purple sector, first sector, and all the way down in P10 is Weatherburn with sector 2, purple down, and Keys is sector 3. So it's anyone's game here. No one's managed to dominate all 3 sectors.
So when are we asking them or telling them those 3 drivers to transform, become like Optimus Prime, and all their sectors go together to make the ultimate lap?
I mean, I would like to ask them now they could do that. The ultimate lap, looking, if I added all those sectors together, it would be roughly, very roughly, here, 22.6. So, Keys is definitely, you know, he's close. So are the others. Oh, and there we go. Keys has just taken the second sector as well. So he just, to align all three, he needs the first sector, but he's 2/10 off Giacomo's first sector. So. But yeah, it's looking like a good breakdown here.
Let's go back to corner names for a second. What on earth is Paddock Hill Bend? Turn 1. Paddock Hill Bend. What do you mean? Come on.
So
you can do better than that. Nah, you can do better than that.
A paddock with a hill, alright? And they chucked a bend in it, didn't they? And so now you go down the Paddock Hill Bend. I guess they named it how they saw it, but then what I want to know is how did they name, like, Dingle's Dell? Nah, Dingle's Dell is outrageous. It has to be the most outrageous corner name of them all. Westfield
Dingle's
Bend.
Dell.
Here it comes. Here's Dingle's Dell right there.
Dingle's Dell. Do you reckon?
No.
I don't even know. You don't even know.
He's on an absolute monster lap here, and it surely this aligns the purples for him. If he gets this,
yeah, he's held on to it. He's held most of it. We got a 6 on the way. A 5. Oh,
even.
Good lap. Mega lap. Yeah, he's really throwing that Nissan around. You can see the body language of the car. Like, it's really just kind of skating around there. That's a mega lap. I wonder if he's got more in it. Hopefully you can see if he's up already a little bit. So can he hold on to most of it? He's got, looks like Weatherburns decided to call it quits if he's off there on the side. So I reckon he's done for quali. We have Hamilton's only marginally 3/10 back. McAdam has popped up in there into P3, 5/10 back. Tafiq and Giacomo, so top 5, all within 5/10. Hamilton's up a 10.5. Can he hold on for the rest of the lap?
I mean, this will be a great place here for Hamilton as well. I mean, coming off his first win, which he's maiden win at Zandvoort, which he'll thoroughly enjoy that. But I don't even know if that'll change his opinion of Zandvoort. But if he can place high here again, he's shaping up for a great season. And yeah, I mean, this is, oh wow, Keys is up again with a massive 2.5 tenths coming around that corner. Final corner here, car curve. Wow. What is this going to be? A 22.2 maybe? If he...
2 pinch and a 3, I reckon. Yeah, that's mega.
Yeah.
Good lap. Good lap.
I mean,
absolutely.
awesome
As he goes
stuff.
through Paddock Hill Bend. What have we got? Oh, no. So Hamilton's not going to improve. Who else have we got on track at the moment? Barker's just going to cross the line. He improves marginally. Tafiq is up almost a 10th, but losing a little bit there. Where do we have?
We get McAdam. Yeah, if he can just stay on. Oh, that didn't. Bit of a messy exit there. McAdam's not up, so this is Tafiq's game. You know, this lap here is he's to gain, but he's also lost. But he's got to. Well, yeah. Oh, yeah, there he is. Valid. So McAdam's locked down that spot from Tafiq, unless someone else has something to say, but it doesn't look like anyone else is up at the moment that I can see. That's a nice livery though. It's a really clean livery on the Aston.
I do rate that Motul livery. It looks very, very nice, very nice. But he's got and he's lost her a winning way too hot. Oh, he spills the beans out the side. His key's still up. No way. Yeah, that's mega. That's another one.
Going for a 1. Go on.
Yes. A 1 in the Nissan. Oh, and he sends it. It was Paddock Hill straight there. Paddock Hill straight. So what a quali. So we have Keys is rounding out with a stellar 22.1. What a lap in P1. Hamilton in P2. McAdam in P3. Tafiq in P4. Vintner in P5. Hill in P6. Giacomo in P7. And Barker rounds out your top 8. So early I mean, it's hard to go past Keys for if you can get a safe start and and stay clean. It's hard to go past Keys for the win here.
I do wonder. I mean, Lucas Keys there up the front with a Nissan as well, right off the jump. I mean, that's mighty. But I remember having a very similar conversation last week about a Japanese vehicle being extremely fast off the start and then watching Hamilton pull alongside it. So we never know what that Aston has in store for us when the race starts.
Depends if he gets the brake boost of his life like he did around the outside at Zandvoort. But we'll see. It's a bit of a different corner to attack here, T1 at Brands.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we'll see what happens, especially going down into like the hill. You know, and cars are lunging forward. So we have a look at a bit of a grid walk. They look. So, look at it. The liveries look stunning. I'm gonna pass it over to you so that I can wait to see my favourite. Having a bit of issue.
Yeah.
We're having a bit of an issue. The grid person needs to go and take a lie down. Bit of heat stroke. So what do we got? The format tonight is what, 60 minutes, one stop, and mandatory of 25 seconds. Mandatory for it to stop.
Mandatory fuel with a set limit for the fuel. But according to what we've seen last race, taking tyres does seem to be the preferable strat here. So it'll be interesting to see what the others have learned, if any of the others in the split and split green were watching yellow to try and figure out their ultimate strat, you know, because split yellow is notoriously the guinea pig split, right? They always test out all of what does and does not work, so everyone else can just take notes and go from there. So see who was taking notes and who was not tonight, and maybe someone proves us wrong. Maybe taking no tires and just taking that fuel will work out for someone if they're mighty on their tire conservation. So
I think it. Oh, what are you doing, Ben? Why are you all the way at the back? Are you gonna do a last to first? I don't reckon. I reckon he's crashing turn two.
You think he crashes? I think he's dialed it in that much that he's decided to start from the back. It's only fair. I think that's what he's done.
No. Not at all. Not at all. So I think, I don't know, it depends. If you're in clean air and you value, if you're a Keys and you're in clean air and you've got enough of a gap, you probably just take the track position and don't take tyres if you're not fighting anyone. If you're in a fight and you know that the person you're with is either not going to take tyres or try and jump you through the stops, then that's when you take tyres to get the advantage, I think.
Right. See, for me, I would take the tyres, and you know, this is probably showing the different levels of experience you and I hold, but I would take tyres if I'm in the clean air, depending on how the gap that's behind me, and not worry about the current gap in front of me. But then again, you and I race different races, so I think your strats for the overall win, and mine would be to conserve my current position as best I could.
Yeah, I get it. I understand.
Yeah, so I mean, I don't know, but we saw what happened when Hobbsy took tyres. He had fairly like 15 seconds to make up if you include his spin, and he managed to do that and get that position. Granted, it wasn't Audi, but yeah, big way going.
All right, the round in the final corner. You had a lot of words there to say, Jam Wise, and I love your enthusiasm, your in-depth knowledge. As they're rounding up to the front straight, going towards the start line, we have Keys, Hamilton, McAdam, Tafik, and Vintner, your top five. And it's gone green. Keys has got an awesome start. Hamilton has not got quite a big... McAdam, though, lunges down the inside. P2, thanks for coming. He's going to squeeze Hamilton wide. Defeat cuts to the inside in the back there. I thought there was a little bit of nonsense going on there, but there's not. So we have Keys, followed by McAdam, Hamilton. Hamilton's gone back up around the outside. Let's see what happens there. Too wide into Graham Hill Bend. Where is Graham? He's back there. Tafiq's going to have a look too. This is absolutely great side-by-side racing here. As Tafiq slightly backs out. Hamilton seems has the better drive through there. Vintner is having an absolute look at the back of Tafiq there. And all this fighting is doing is allowing Lucas Keys GDR to just stretch its legs in fresh air. So let's see if they can all kind of calm down, settle down for the rest of this app. But the good thing is, I think most people have got through safe, except for maybe, as I say that, god damn it, 42. Went for a spin. We'll get eyes on that in a quick... Oh, Albert, peekaboo. Peekaboo indeed. I reckon he's found a wall. That is sadness. Sadness indeed. I see Muller. Did Muller start from the very... No, he didn't start from the very back.
So there was something at T3, I believe. It was contact with 604, I think, just judging by what I saw flash up on the map.
Sadness as we come through for the indicative fastest lap of the race. That's it. Put the race away. As Hamilton goes through T1 and takes the position back from McAdam. How many times are they going to pass to and fro?
I think we've got ourselves an awesome battle here on our hands. It looks like McAdam's race ready, and maybe caught Hamilton off guard here. Hamilton might have been chilling, thinking that the 4/10 difference in quali might cross over into the race pace, but it's looking like McAdam's pretty feisty here and thinks he deserves that P2 spot. Hopefully we get to see a bit of a battle, but all while this is going on, we've got Keys just walking away. It's been one lap and it's 2.6 seconds cleared already, so he will be loving that.
I think, not taking away from the rest of the grid, but I think this week Keys has come with a vengeance, come to play. He's had kind of mixed results and a bit of unluck in the last round, so I reckon he's come to put his stamp of authority on the grid. So unless he loses it himself, I don't see anyone kind of matching that pace. As we jump on board with Weatherburn back in P9, he's probably gone up a spot, I think, in Glenn Seaton Racing. That is a snazzy delivery there on that Mustang.
Yeah, it's got nice colours. Suits it really well. Red, white, and blue. You know.
Keys has already done his stop. that is good. Yeah. Good. Very good.
He's got those alternate strats, you know. No qualies, blows up engines on race starts. Alternate, but they get him the points he needs. So
I reckon he's going to have a decent assist from Paul Cranich for the alternate lifestyle soon.
Absolutely.
So if you're watching Paul, get on him. You know what to do. My people will talk to his people, you know.
Do we get to see here? So there's going to be a battle here between Barker, Weatherburn, and Hill, and I mean 3 different platforms, all producing a very, and again, you might give me a little bit of for lack of a better term, for calling it a platform, but I will call it a chassis, I guess, Carl. But they all produce their grip in what feels to be, when you drive them, in very different ways. So which one are you backing here? Beamer, Fezzer, or Ford to come out on top after this battle group is forming up?
I'd like, as we jump back, this is what's going to happen to Muller here into, so he's gone around turn 2. Oh no, sadness, absolute sad. He's held on there, he's held the trim, and he's just had a little kiss with another fella right there, and honestly, sharing the love's caring. Sharon's cared, so a bit of sadness to Muller. He was probably just going to trek through the field and have a good result, really. Safe pair of hands, but he just couldn't stay away from someone deciding to be like he doesn't deserve that piece of track.
Yeah, really tight section there. Almost went what looked like 4 wide going into that, which was never going to work out well anyway.
I don't
Now,
think the
Tom
track
Feek's
is
looking-
4 wide.
No. Well, like, yeah, we saw that. I think they figured that one out. Taufeeq's definitely searching for better form, I would like to say. I think his first race and second race is generally looking like he's not placing as high as he usually did, so this must be warming up into the season, or maybe he's just winding down for the end of the year and I don't know, summer season. Was it summer in Malaysia? Do we get the same? I'm totally clueless for that, but I'm assuming it's same season.
I reckon they get weather over there.
You reckon? Do you reckon they get summer all year round?
They get something. We don't know what it is, but they get something.
Oh yeah, so he's shaping up for a good one here. I mean, he's at P3, effective P4, if we account for Lucas's extremely early stop, and he's chasing down McAdam at a fairly decent pace now that things are slowly separating out. Vintner's having to defend Giacomin, so I don't think Taufeeq will be too concerned by Vintner or Giacomin while those two fight, unless they start working together.
Yeah, absolutely. I think the more that these two fight, Taufeeq, McAdam, Hamilton are just slowly going to pull away, especially the track like Brands where like you're on rails for the entire lap. It's a short lap, but one mistake puts you so far down.
I just noticed there was a yellow there with Jeff Beaton and Lucas. I didn't see if it was close enough if there was contact there or... okay, so there's no contact between Jeff and Lucas, which is great for Lucas. No pens there, but I think maybe Jeff may have saw a Datsun, which is a very scary thing to see in your rearview mirror. So that is fair enough. I might have also spun had I seen a Datsun approaching me at Mach 4.
Do you reckon the feeling that Jeff got, or the feeling that a lot of people get, and that Datsun is like behind them in the mirrors, it invokes so much fear that it's like Sauron from Lord of the Rings? Like, do you reckon that's the level of like fear that that car invokes in other people in the mirrors?
Yeah, I think so. For me, I would like to compare it to Medusa. You know, if you look at it, you freeze, right? but so I just tend to pretend it's not there. If I don't look at it, it doesn't exist, right? And I think that's how I approach most problems in my life. I'll just ignore them. Don't think that's healthy, but yeah, it tends to work for now, doesn't it?
Out of sight, out of mind, and it's not a problem then, is it?
No, it can't be.
Exactly, it can't be. It just doesn't exist. As we have, so a couple laps ago, Keys snagged the fastest lap. And look at all the clean air he's got on that side of the track. So it might actually pay dividends for him to do that, but it depends on how. I don't know what the tyre wear's like here, but do the tyres drop off?
I would definitely say they drop off. I mean, what makes no sense to me about this track, if I was to just look at it, is he effectively had more clean air running before he put it, right? Than he has now. So there was not much to gain in terms of clean air. So I do think this is a bit of like if anything, maybe just a mind game. Seeing if he can get others to follow, or just, you know, Lucas being Lucas. It could be a case of him doing his thing again, where he's just a little bit offbeat with the others, you know, like we'll be doing something different, regardless of what's the better strat or not. So I am surprised to see him pit so early, because there was not much to gain in terms of clean air for him, and the tyre drop off would be effectively the same because he only drove one lap on those tyres.
Your first like paragraph there literally explains Sauron. So Sauron, right, everyone that's watching, Sauron from Lord of the Ring, GTR driver confirmed. That's what we've came up with tonight, and I think that's going to happen. And he might sign up to Split Green next season. I don't know. I'll get my people in contact with his people, and I just got to do a fancy old walk over to Mordor, but we'll get it done as we jump on board with Bishop in P15 in the Mustang, the race factory. Nice little gaggle of cars going on here in the back of the pack, and look at that Hawk in the background, absolutely screaming, looking to get through there.
I knew you were going to spot that thing.
Spotted a mile away.
Yeah, no, this is a great battle pack here. I mean, this is effectively everyone's got a lot of trust, and I can't tell who is the front of this pack here. Is it Rando? I think it's Rando. Oh, John Rad.
No, yeah, Rad's slightly in front, but the pack itself,
yeah,
Rando.
So everyone's trusting that Rando does the right thing, right? Because, there we go. I was about to say, if one person makes a mistake, it guarantees another. I was about to say that. Oh, that's very saddening. But yeah, there's a lot of trust when you're all in a pack that tight, that the car ahead of you does the exact right thing and no one slows up. Because if the one up ahead does, it can collect everyone in there. So we've seen result of that, but the Hawk emerges, rises from the ashes like the Phoenix.
He's about
untouched.
to Phoenix dive into the back of that Bentley.
Yeah. This is and it's worth noting, I believe, and I don't know if this is still, this might be out of date information or not current anymore, but I believe Alex Ashka Armstrong here does still use a controller, so very impressive to be racing with a controller, if that's still the case, unless the sim racing bug has got them and now they've spent all their life savings on a rig at Simrigs.
A leg,
yeah,
the kid on through.
Hopefully they're Patreon and they can use that discount code and go get a bit of a discount at Simrigs before they use absolutely all of this. Nice, they a little bit there.
Yeah, absolutely. I think if we jumped on board with Pascal Armstrong, we'd be able to see the wheel movements to know specifically as he's out in the dirt again. That's twice in the space of. So let's see him go through a corner here. Let's see. Very twitchy. Very. I don't know. Maybe. Nah, it kind of looks. Nah, that has
way too close. Yeah.
That has to be a controller. Mad lad. Respect to him. Yeah,
absolutely.
It's real.
Yeah, that's pretty impressive. Because I mean, he's always been competing for podium spots in Pro-Am, so pretty impressive pace with a controller. You've got to give it to him, and that's also a testament to the fact that you don't need all the gear to come and join in the hobby of sim racing. You can start off with just a controller. I would advise against a keyboard, if I was to be honest with you. I'd definitely say at least invest in a controller before getting into some of the hardcore sims. But yeah, really props to them for doing that. But he does have Palmer all over him, and Palmer is a pretty experienced operator in that Porsche. I don't know if I've ever seen Palmer not in that Porsche with that exact livery, so...
Hey, he's redone the livery a little bit. Calm down. That livery's come a long way in a couple of seasons. All right, you calm yourself. You get back in your box. But I think he used to be in a. I think he did one season in a Ferrari, maybe.
Oh no!
No! Oh, there's sadness everywhere. And look what comes out on top. The absolute Atlanta Hawks Porsche. Oh, he's going for a dive.
Wow. Yeah, no, I mean, that bend is proving pretty tricky. It's enticing for those that get a run onto it, but because of that drop off there, it's just terrible for weight transfer, I guess, in terms of keeping the car on a tight line there. It just wants to push out, and so people are getting a little bit elbowed out of the way or shoved out of the way when trying to defend through there. So
I suppose some people would get a little gun happy, a little gun ho, seeing a slight gap form into T1 and take the end center approach of if gap car. There's like Liam Hamilton. I'll call him out here. He did it to me a couple seasons ago here at this track into T1. Sadness ensued. I'll call him out. He can't come back at me while he's in the car.
Get him while he can't say anything. No, it looks another one worth mentioning is Mr. Hignett. Look at where he is, P10, and it's been 16 minutes roughly, and he's made it all the way from last grid spot to P10. Granted, there has been 2 people that have done their pit stops, but I mean that's pretty impressive. He's chasing down all the defending Thurcolini, but yeah, it's pretty impressive there. And around the outside of Smith, not quite. Do you think he has a run here? I wonder. I mean, it's a pretty beastly vehicle. Not a yeah.
He got no run. Look at him, chuffed out of the back, chopped liver.
Yeah. Oh,
I mean, it's still a valiant effort though to come all the way. Like, yeah, you've had some people pit, but to come all the way from the back of the grid and be up in the mix of the top 10 right now in under 20 minutes. Yeah, like, you know, he's driving consistently, he's driving clean. Let's see. So these guys are kind of a bit off the back of the main top 10 pack. So let's see if they can edge that ever bit closer. Kind of everyone's formed their own little packs in a way.
Yeah, absolutely. And for Ben here, this is where strategy will come into play. Like, this is where he decides to try and make that gap for clean air or not. You know, is he backing himself in terms of sheer pace against his 2, or is he enjoying the slipstream provided by a torque machine? You know, so I guess this will be up to him with his what looks like an updated livery compared to last week as well. So maybe he's doing a race. Stressing out for livery bomb.
I genuinely don't think Ben knows what he's doing because he picked the Porsche. So there's number one.
That's outrageous because you have love for the Hawks Porsche. Why can't you have love for Ben's Porsche, Connor?
Because it's an NBA team on the Porsche. Look at it. It looks good. It looks good. Ben needs to take a lesson in livery making from Mr. Palmer, I think, on the Porsche. Yeah, wow, bang! Bang!
He's already dead. Nah, it's good. I mean, what's really cool to see here is how the classes have split themselves up. I mean, you got most of the pros running all back to back, so I mean, this is all effectively for their class fights. And then you've got
He's off.
Hignett. Yeah, Hignett. Oh my
See,
god.
Look at that. Look at that clean pass by Palmer. That led Hawk forward.
You would never say you two on the same team for enduros with the way you absolutely mouthing poor Mr. Hignett off here. I mean, he's just trying to live.
He's just trying to survive. And I chose violence. But no, there's been some of the tighter track space and like the kind of, there's no brakes around here really. So like you're always just on edge. You're always just trying to find your lines, pick your moments. It seems to catch quite a few people out right now.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, and I guess it's also just the fact that there's a lot of these corners are quite, I find them to be cycle corners when you're turning points. Like when you're following a car here, that's extremely tricky because a lot of these are blind apexes, and so there's certain other things you're trying to look for. And so when you've got a massive, weighing out in front of you, you're not really. Oh wow!
Brad almost lost it, almost plowing off into the dirt there. So that's allowed Palmer to gain another spot. He's just ticking them off like a shopping list. Let's go.
There's there we go. Ignace called it. And it
Yeah,
looks like he's coming safely there, so no worries about SGs or DTs there.
He really kind of
that's a
had
good
to,
call.
I think. Yeah, he had to. He was a bit under, like, you know, he was a bit all over the place, a bit not in a rhythm, not composed. So better to just kind of regather yourself and get the stop done. I mean, like a 40-minute stint, 37-minute stint's not a big deal.
No, not at all. Well, in the Porsche for Hignett, you know, it's drifty. It's drifty, so we might see something at the end there where it's a bit uncomfortable. But yeah, I think it's a better call now rather than following that gaggle of cars there. But yeah, now we do have an effective. So Palmer's just pretty much caught up to the second in class for silver and first in class. He's got 12 seconds. So he's definitely got work ahead of him, but I mean, he can get it done. His pace is looking pretty incredible here, and he's staying out of trouble. I mean, there's been some big moments, and he's managed to dodge every single one of them. So he is on a mission. So good on him here. Keys still lapping. Is Keys? Oh, sorry. Yeah.
Well, we jump. Yeah, Keys is still lapping. He still has the purple lap. I was just gonna say as well. I'll divert off to 2 points. So Keys is about 40 seconds in front of Weatherburn, and they both completed their stop. And that, no, wait, 20 seconds, sorry. Read that wrong. Good on me. But still, 20 seconds roughly up the road, let's say, from pitting on lap 1 or lap 2, whenever it was, over Weatherburn doing a stint. So, and Weatherburn was what, back of the top 10? So,
yeah,
you know, kind of there's, if he holds it together, it could be on here that he just resumes again. He's effectively the race leader, but obviously he's got to keep it on track for the rest until everyone else pits. And then we're on board with Thurcolini, the lead Porsche of the group. I really hope. Oh no, I can't. I really hope he does well. Wait, that's just all I want. That's just all I want. That's all I want.
There's no way you've just done that to Daviano.
I'm sorry, Daviano.
He was lapping in silence with no one.
I'm sorry.
Oh no! And he's got Smith here, just waiting for that curse to take effect. That's cruel. Hopefully his experience offsets the curse.
Can't be a curse if it doesn't happen in the next 5 minutes. There you go, done, dusted. I've absolutely covered my bases there.
If it doesn't happen within the next 5 minutes, so at 32 minutes he's cleared, you reckon?
Absolutely.
Okay, we'll stand by that. Going back to the keys thing, what I'm wondering here is it that effective if he's currently having to fight for positions? You know, like that's when I think this strat is really causing him pain, because he's having to try and do this, which is absolutely not great on tires, and also just really risky. And then on top of that, you're slowing yourself down here. So again, this slightly offbeat strategy or meme strategy that Keys does here, if he's not executing every one of these passes perfectly, this could go back in Hamilton's favor. He could do back-to-backs here. How good would that be for Hamilton, having a maiden victory and following it up with another one? I think Austin McNeil might have done that in Split Blue last season, and his maiden victory, and then went back-to-back, which must feel awesome, because I've never done that, so that's really cool. One day.
We have a fanboy moment for GemWise in the comment box tonight. He's really praising Austin McNeil and Liam Hamilton, both great guys. But yeah, I agree. It's also interesting, like, who's to say that by the time he gets to some of these people, if they don't fight tooth and nail, to like, because like they're entitled to fight then and there. So, but he has eclipsed pretty much most of the people I think he'll catch in this first stint. So I don't see him getting kind of, he might get to Rad and Palmer maybe, but I just don't see him getting any further up there really until they pit, obviously.
Well, I guess what I hope for the most is a battle between Hamilton and Keys. I think that would be awesome to see. But I mean, there's no going around the sheer pace of that Datsun right now. It's a monster, and especially when you have Keys in the car, it's doing some incredible things. So even with that offbeat strategy, he could just see himself clear the rest of the pack quite comfortably, but he will be on older tyres, so it will be a case of, does Hamilton then have the opportunity to catch up with those fresh tyres on, because these tyres are effectively now, for Lucas, about 24 minutes old, roughly. So, let's see.
How many? Okay, going a bit off topic here because we love doing this. How many soy sauce packets do you reckon is in that Nissan right now?
So
Like this is opened.
Yeah.
This is opened, unopened, and also accompanied with a sushi roll.
And also, what I was going to say, and it's really important, especially for pace, is it has to be a 1-to-1 ratio of soy packets with wasabi packets. So
Yeah, I'll allow it. I'll allow it.
So 1-to-1, and that if you've got a 1-to-1 ratio, that's God stuff right there. You know, that's God tier. So if he's done 1-to-1, I think he'll clear the pack by like 20 seconds. But if he hasn't cleared the pack by 20 seconds, we know he's gone for a slightly heavy on the soy mixture, I reckon.
Well, he's either gone too light or too heavy, because like the perfect 1-to-1 ratio, soy to wasabi, as that Merc gets a bit out there in the grass, the perfect ratio gives it that slip angle, you know, gives it that slip angle mid-corner where it's like kind of sliding, kind of not. So that's actually the way to be fast in ACC. Mark my words.
Okay. Well, I mean, yeah, slip angle is a thing, and requires an immense amount of talent and experience to nail. So, and it also requires an immense amount of soy sauce.
As we see Nur-san go off, have a little oopsie. Did he just lose it, like by himself, or?
It looked like he just went wide, but I could have missed that. Just that corner is a bit of a tricky one. Kind of invites you to enter it at pace, but then spits you out pretty quickly. If you take the invitation too literally. That's an upset-looking Aston as well of Gisman. So, wonder what's happened to him. He must have experienced the narrow track of brands with another vehicle, trying to figure out how to share space.
Wonder if he slipped on a used soy sauce packet.
Slady's in the chat's reckoning 1-to-1's a diabolical ratio.
You
Because
get out of it, Slady. Get
too much soy sauce. I mean, that's fair. Because if you think about it, the wasabi, if it's legitimate wasabi route, that's where the money's at, right? That's the most expensive bit. So you wanna make your money's worth. You're gonna go for more wasabi if it's legit, unless it's horseradish based wasabi. Because I don't know if you are well versed in what they do to mimic wasabis here in the Western world. But yeah, we don't actually get legit wasabi, unfortunately.
We get wasabi-ish.
Yeah, we get horseradish mimicking wasabi because it's the same plant, but a lot cheaper to make. So the legit stuff's incredible. So I mean, if they're giving me legit wasabi, I'm not even putting soy on it. I'm in that straight just because it's worth money. So trying to make a profit out there.
Worth yellow dollar bills. Upping here in the comments box, we're upping Jamwise's bodily value. So that's good. That's all well and good. As we jump on board with Benny Vintner. So Vintner's just kind of cruising around. He has kind of Jack Homan's like on the back of him, but not like kind of just there. So if he's going to make any mistake, he's going to capitalise. McAdam is slightly out in front of them, followed by... Is he? Yes.
Yep.
Yes, he is. Yes, he is.
1.3 seconds down the road yet.
And then Hignet's pit has nearly put him a lap down. So, okay. I bet your Land would absolutely be giving it to him in their team speak right now. He'd just be saying how trash you are, Ben. You picked a Porsche. You're going slow. But Lamb's on for a good result here. We'll see. I really want to see where it puts him out to Keys, as that is a 49 McLaren. Absolutely not meant to park there, mate. Oh no, the flying wombat.
No.
Jeff, come on, mate. Get out of there, son. Get out of there.
Yeah,
Come on. Come on. Oh, it's a Land Rover. It's a John Deere's calling.
Overlanding.
Oh no. But yes, good. No, that's honestly, in all honesty, that is definitely a good rejoin by Jeff there. Waited for everyone to go through, didn't join back in front of someone, into someone, or whatever. Just waited for everyone, sacrificed his own race in a way, but you know, everyone was safe and everyone was happy then.
Exactly. And I mean, it's technically, you know, if he was to do a bad rejoin and absolutely get smoked by another vehicle, I mean, that sacrifices his race as well. So just being safe there just works out in everyone's interest. So really well done there by Jeff. As we watch another few cars come into the pits here, it's going to be interesting to see how this all breaks down. Does it look like Vintner's... Just from this angle, looks like Vintner's got the pace here. And look at him, I feel like each time we cut back, that Motul Aston's getting ever so closer to being within the attacking range. We get to watch two British vehicles have a go at it on a British track, which will be exciting. Much excitement.
Yeah, he doesn't have a lot of overspeed by the looks on McAdam, but he's got just enough that he's just, as you said, he's just edging there, he's inching closer towards him, which would be playing in McAdam's mind too. He'd be seeing it and going like, oh, any mistake I make, like, you know, Vintner's going to be there, he's going to be pouncing.
He's having to clear these blue flags as well, McAdam, so that blue flag did really well there. I believe that's Pasco. Pasco Armstrong there, so really well done just to yield on that straight and not make it too difficult. And
it's always easier, isn't it? It's always easier to yield on the straight. Some people, like, you have some people who just never learn and do it in the corners, and then it ends in sadness for everyone. Like, just watching that there, just yield on the straight. It's the safest and most predictable for everyone to do so.
Absolutely. I guess that's the main takeaway. Is just remain predictable. You know, just try and view it from the other approaching driver's perspective. Again, great job there by Armstrong. Really cool to see. And this allows Vintner to chase down McAdam again, although he's now 3/10 down from where he was. So obviously McAdam's woken up and seeing that there is an Aston approaching, and he's decided to foot to the floor again. So.
Maybe at the point in time of passing the blue flag too, could have like lost that little bit of time. So as we have, so
with a DT.
Speeding in the pits, 110%. He's had to have smoked that pit lane. Something shocking. Oh wait, is it gone?
It is gone. Did he just serve it though? Because he was in the pits earlier.
Oh, maybe.
Did he just serve it right away? He might have just gone back around and.
Yeah, maybe.
That's unfortunate because I believe he might have had a moment in the pits last week. There were so many different things going on last week. It was that track. I mean, these are two pretty tight tracks back to back. So asking the very best of the drivers, especially these pit lanes are, but from Zandvoort to this one, they're a little bit strange and catch people off guard.
Yeah, absolutely. It's also like kind of like the past two tracks. Like I know some people like Brands, and like it has its like devout like fan base, but like Brands and Zandvoort are two tracks that aren't really practiced a lot by everyone. So to have them back to back as well and tight, close like racing where it's like door to door, like because of how the track is definitely you know, it's kind of put people on notice.
Yeah, definitely. And but you know what, Donna? It's going to be followed up by the best track in the game. So it
Get
just
out of it.
fixes up
Get
everything,
out of it.
doesn't it? Well,
Get out of it. Absolutely get out of it.
yeah, I mean, I don't think there's anyone in disagreement about Kyle Army being the greatest. I'm pretty sure JC absolutely loves it. I heard Ashlyn Reynolds loves it almost more than you do. So there's, you know, some of OOR's greats absolutely love it. So there's no reason not to.
The absolutely most overrated piece of tarmac. As I said last week, on the planet, as we watched Tafiq go a bit sideways there. But yeah, God, like Kyle Army, it's not the worst track. It's not the worst track in the game. It's the second worst though, and that's okay because there's an absolute dumpster fire of Indianapolis down at the bottom. That is just awful, but Kyle Army's not that much better.
We have 12 hours to discuss this on, I believe, the 30th of November. And here's a little shameless plug for any drivers that have not signed up to the 12 hours at Nords. I highly recommend you do so. It's a great experience to be a part of an enduro team, so go check that out on the Online Octane Racing website and do sign up. There is slots available, and I guarantee you it will be memorable. There will be memories made at a 12-hour round Nords. And one of those memories is going to be me convincing Connor that Kyle Army is the greatest track on the calendar, so which I'm sure I'll achieve in 12 hours.
Anyway, yeah, everyone get signed up. Like, you know, it'll be fun. Like, it'll be a fun event. Like, and I get the track's long and all that, but like, you know, the more cars on track, the better. Like, and just it doesn't have to be a sweat fest. Just everyone come along, have a race, sign up, grab a team, grab your mates, and just have a fun day playing PC pretty much and pushing around pixel race cars. As we jump back on board, so Keys has extended that gap by 6 seconds.
Wow. Okay, so the strat just works. That, or it's offset by incredible amounts of Datsun Fury pace.
Incredible amounts of soy sauce. He's running that so thick. Like, I betcha, I reckon we need to have a weigh bridge after this race. Can we implement that in the game? If we have a weigh-in bridge and then we chuck that Datsun up on the weigh-in bridge, I guarantee you, I'm opening up that fuel cap and soy sauce is just spilling out. It's thick and it's greasy.
God. There's also probably a little bit of soy sauce on the brake pads as well. That might help.
Look at it slip through the corner. Look at it. Soy sauce. Say, look at it. Oh, look at it. Look at it.
Wow. A little bit of
So we have
here? No?
We have McAdams gone into pit. So McAdams should get jumped by both Hamilton and Vintner. Or no, Hamilton at least and Keys. Vintner might be a bit too far back.
Yeah.
Wait, hold on.
Oh, Tolfik.
McAdams moving now.
Vintner didn't take tyres. If Vintner's in front of Tolfik.
Yeah, he didn't take tyres.
Yeah, so this is going to be, will have to be a 21-minute defensive masterclass here for Vintner if he wants to keep that P4. And McAdam, did McAdam emerge ahead of Hamilton there by 2 seconds? Is that is not tyres either, that would suggest, right?
I think so. So we have McAdam. No, wait.
Because Hamilton was ahead before the pits. He never ceded that position back to McAdam. So
yeah, so he's ahead now.
Yeah, he's ahead now, but I'm. Oh.
Yeah, he's ahead.
Oh, okay.
He's ahead.
Wow.
We're there. We're there.
Oh, that's crazy. I was just testing everyone watching. I was just making sure everyone was going to correct me. I knew.
See, this is why you're not going to convince me at the 12 hour. This is why your data analysis is
no. That was a timing ball's fault. That's not my fault. Right? Come on now.
It's the game. It's the game.
Has to be the go. It's the bop. I'm gonna blame the bop. If I had to blame
Oh,
anything.
the Bob. Oh,
No.
Bob grenade
Yeah.
thrown in there.
Come on, Taufik here is on a charge. I mean, he's got fresh tyres, right, on a Fezzer. But although that said, I from what I know, people have said the Aston's pretty good on its tyres. People could be pulling my leg there, but that's what I've heard.
I don't know about that. I mean, probably the Aston's probably good on its tyres, I would imagine. I know the Fezzer is, so, and it should just be like not easy pickings, but like give him the leg up to have that fresh tyre advantage, even on a car that is good on tyres. But it's just all dependent on if he can get the launch, because outer corners just. So even look at that. Just look at how much the Aston just gains on the Ferrari.
And that was even with the drift.
Yeah.
Yeah. Incredible. It'd have to be in the braking zone, right?
Braking zone, all the like launch of his life out of a corner where Vintner kind of stuffs up as well.
I mean, he might have. Now, if I was Topic, I would just stay right here just so I can look at that livery for the rest of the 18 minutes. You know, that's what I probably want to do. It's a
You
great
just-
looking livery.
You just sit right here, you know.
Yeah,
just chill.
I'd send Benny a message off and be like, no, mate, really, it was my pleasure. My pleasure. Okay? I was never going to attack. I was just here to have a look. Right?
Why not send him the message like midway through T1, like now?
That would be great. Those
reckon-
Xbox Live's voice
Do you reckon
messages.
the ping would clip?
Sure. Oh, here we
Oh,
go. Stop.
Oh, he's got a launch. See, look,
Is it?
and
Oh, he's having a pull up there.
I don't know if
great
that
placement.
was that kind of more ping related, like kind of a bit of rubber banding, or was he actually
Looked
pulling
like
up?
looked like he had to hit the brakes there a little bit. Looked like he wanted to go because he had the late apex, so I would assume he was going to about to smash the throttle down, but the Aston was already popped. It wasn't going to allow the over-under.
Yeah. I mean, it's going to be as there is a McLaren out overlanding.
Is that Jeff? Jeff's overlanding again. Jeff, you're in the wrong car, mate. We've got to get him in a proper overlander. Good old Land Cruiser, Prado, maybe even. Like,
Good old Range Rover.
yeah. Take the shortcut here. Smoke it.
You reckon you're getting air if you smoke that shortcut there?
Probably not on a Land Cruiser. You stay firmly on the ground, but I don't know. Maybe a Jimny, Suzuki Jimny off the ledge there. You can catch some air, surely.
The Suzuki Jimny. When is it going to be 96 hours of brands with a Suzuki Jimny? Come on, let's go.
Well, make it happen.
Make it happen. OOR, come on.
Yeah, AC Evo, bring the Jimny. Bring the Jimny back.
It'd be your most sold out, your most just signed up to series ever
The
in history.
Simrigs Jimny Cup. I can see it already. It's bright as day.
Exactly. It's ideas are made here, and then all you have to do is patch the rules and regs up with a bit of flex tape, and she'll be right.
Yeah, absolutely. We're good to go. Taufik wants this position bad, and I think he's probably at this stage he's feeling like he deserves a spot on the step after the two rough previous weeks that he's had. Maybe it's a case of this calendar not working in his favour, because I mean he is no stranger to the three steps at the end of the race. So I can't imagine what's going through his head right now, although that said, he is a very chill operator. There's not much that phases that man while he is driving, so...
I need you to confirm for me, Jam. Just to peek. He's going to have a dive up. Oh, he's
It's a
poked
game.
him. He's gave him a little
Over-under?
love tap. Oh, I don't know. He's gave him a little love tap. He's gone, look, honey, I did the dishes last night. Now it's your turn. Come on, move over.
Let's see.
Bittner's just not having a bar of it. He's like, it's your chore night. I'm having this.
Yeah. Back on the Netflix. Vintner doesn't care.
But I just want to point you to the top of the grid. So Hamilton has taken 2 seconds out of Keys. I'd say a lot of that would be tyre wear.
Absolutely.
Like just tyre advantage. So Hamilton has 14 minutes. Can he catch enough to have a look at Keys?
I always see what I'll do is I'll try and bring up the see on my other screen here if I can have a look. Last lap for Keys being a 23.8 and for Hamilton is a 23.4, so that's roughly 4/10 difference there, according to last lap. And would that be enough? I mean, that is...
Well, short laps, what, 122, yeah. 123? No, Jeff, no!
No, undo that, sure. We got to get that undone for Jeff, because he's been overlanding a lot tonight, so it's only fair. Poor Jeff. I mean, he's been doing a great job on his rejoins. I mean, from what we've seen, great job on the rejoins there, but must have just missed out that one of the cars behind him was a blue flag.
Yeah, it can happen. It can happen. Like you can have phases and moments where you just don't. As these two are going nip and tuck again, I reckon Vintner would be over it. He'd be telling to feet. I gave you that one time, you know, that one time, and then you came up behind me and Jesus, you just won't leave me alone. Like,
yeah.
But what do you Tafiq's got time as well. Like, he's still got 13 minutes, so he's got time. He does have time. He doesn't have to press the issue as much as, say, what he'll have to do in 10 minutes' time where he could be potentially in the same issue. But all this is doing as well is allowing Hill to just slowly cling on to the back.
Yeah, I mean, Hill's, again, he's a very experienced driver as well. I mean, we've seen him in a fair few top 10 shootouts in the Enduro series, so I mean, we know he's got pace, and he's going to be loving seeing this. I know I love seeing vehicles battle that were outright outpacing me if they were out there by themselves, but when they fight, all of a sudden I'm like, I might get 2 spots for free here. So it's a question of, does Hill just chill out and not push too hard to try and catch up? But here we go again into this corner. Tawfiq's going around outside here. I wouldn't suggest that, but yeah, not working. It would be perfect for the stream if Tawfiq can get it done in Dinglesdale. Please, Tawfiq, do something at Dinglesdale. I'll scream it out.
At Dinglesdale. I feel like at like KFC or Macca's, you're definitely a 2-for-1 special. You're like, I'll take 2 chicken cheeses and also give us like a free like shake on the side.
Well, absolutely.
Baby,
4 for 4, baby. 4 for 4. Got the nuggies. Oh man.
24 nuggies. Let's go.
20 for 20. You joking?
You're joking. Sign me up.
I will preface that with a little story that when hash browns were $1 hash brown, I got overexcited and I bought 12. And I had to make my way through 12 of them at work, and I was heavily judged for it, but I went to bed happy man. Absolutely.
Your arteries would just be blocked, and you'd be loving life. And about 2 hours later, I reckon you were died. I reckon you were a porcelain bus riding the rain.
Absolutely. Graham has caught them though here, so this is working in his favour. He's got 10 minutes though to try and figure out how to solve this puzzle that Tawfiq has been going at for the last, 10, 15 odd minutes, trying to figure out the puzzle of Benny Vintner. So
the puzzle of Benny Vintner is that his Moto Aston's behind is as wide as Britain itself. So unless he goes into one of the great oceans beyond, I don't think he's getting past.
We do have to remember that Graham Hill has the Graham Hill corner rights. So do they listen to that ruling and do not defend against Graham Hill at the Graham Hill corner? Because that'd be just straight up rude.
Does he claim land ownership and tell them to get off his lawn?
He has to. I mean,
like,
it's
they
his
have
land.
to. They have to, don't they?
I mean, now it's, wow, yep. This is it right here, right? It's going to be 9 minutes of glory. And I'm sure Vintner wants this 9 minutes to be done with immediately. But for us, I think we want this 9 minutes to draw out as long as possible. You know, just enjoy the battle pack. The three great looking vehicles as well.
We do, but I also want Tafik to just send it. To just send it and kind of be like, I'm done with this, and then just see what happens. See if it spices up. So Hamilton's within 5 seconds now. McAdams kind of running his own race back there in third, and then you come back to these guys, and then you've got another 12-second gap back to Barker and Weatherburn and Giacomin. And then you have, come on, Damiano, bring it home. Silver class, top step, P10, let's go.
Twice in one race.
He made the 32-minute mark. He made the 32-minute mark. It's okay. Now he's just got to make the end. He's got to make the end. The end.
Oh, wow. Oh, yeah, this is definitely... Yeah. Go on.
Just reading the chat right now. I'll have you know, Rob, that could potentially be a commentator's curse. So I will go quiet now.
No. You can't draw the line there. You gotta. Damiano's gonna feel personally attacked if you only continue to curse him. You've got to spread the love now. Now you've got to stop firing away at all the other drivers out there.
Well, I've tried to get Tafik to send it. And he just won't.
But that's Tafik. He's a super clean driver. Tafik will only make a move once he knows for certain it's possible. He will leave no room for error.
I reckon it's possible right now. Send it.
Yeah, Dinkle's down. Make it happen. But Graham knows. Graham's going to want to... He's got 7 minutes and 25 seconds to move from 6th to 4th. I mean, what a rush that'd be. Here, Brad versus Ben Hignett, the two Porsches.
I just look at
Hignet's...
Look at that.
Oh... Hignet's getting a little bit schooled by a more experienced Porsche driver. Doing a little wiggle. In frustration or love? Not too sure.
I wonder if Ben Hignett will have his car change ready after this round.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, Asher Armstrong's on him as well now.
We just got word in that Hignett's already tried to submit a car change 3 times. So what's wrong with the 4th? He can actually do it at mid-season, I believe. So
3 times, damn. I mean, this is dedication behind those sends. You know those submits are hopeful.
He's pressing it, having complete optimism that the world around him is okay.
One might just slip through. You never know.
Exactly. You won't know unless you push send. Yeah, as he's about to get taken down the inside by Armstrong. Armstrong pushes him wide. This is done. I don't think he's got the legs on the Bentley coming up that back.
But he's got the inside though. This is going to be...
Yeah. Oh.
Great racing. I mean, going back to it, I know I'm just keep hopping on about that, but he's doing that with a controller. He's allowed room for both of them going up. Oh, wow. Going up the hill with 2 cars, and he's not made contact. He's done all of that with a controller. So that's really respectable. Oh, my God.
There's a McLaren bit of sadness there for McLaren. As now we have... Oh, look at... Tafik is just all over the back of it, and he's just mauling him at this point. He's just ragdolling him. He's had enough. Vintner's kind of got his hands on the door frame, just saying he won't let him past, and like his kind of fingers are dug into the framework of the house. Like, oh, come on.
This is just a chronic case of the Ferrari's Dyson hairdryers not working correctly, and just letting the other vehicles run away with it on the straights after you've done all the work and the
You
corners.
never know. He could have Miele. Could have Miele vacuum cleaners strapped up there as Tafiq. Oh, gets it wrong. That's given Vintner a bit of breathing room there, as on camera too. Armstrong and Hignett again went side by side going into that corner. So there's battles on everywhere here. And then you still have Keys has kind of stabilised the pace a little bit and has kept it at that 5-second gap out at the front. So unless something happens, it looks like Keys is going to take the win here.
Absolutely. I think Keys' last lap was a second faster than Hamilton, so something happened there to Hamilton. I'm assuming maybe with the blue flag, or maybe he just came off on his own. But yeah, second off the pace there from last lap. So I think Keys can bring this home now.
Do you reckon at this point, like how you play Mario Kart, right? And you're dropping the bananas out the back, and like, you know, you make them. Do you reckon Keys is just doing that out the side window with soy sauce packets? Like just dropping one through Paddock Bend and Graham Hill Corner and Dingle Dell. Especially, he's probably got 4 lined up at Dingle Dell, just slapped across the road there.
I think it's exactly like that. I think it's a part of the Datsun maintenance that it's like a 2-stroke, right? But instead of oil and fuel, it's soy sauce and fuel, right? You've got to have that mixture. It has to keep on adding it in the back tank there, in this fuel cell tank in the rear. Keeping that thing, the mixture just right so that the Datsun can make its way through Brands Hatch without a hitch, so...
What a glorious time, though, to see a GDR up the top again. Nobody ever thought it a patch or 2 ago, but the cream of the crop has risen again. Just seeing that Datsun badge right up the top. Chef's kiss. As we jump on board with Yoda, or Weatherburn in P8, and Jack Omen. You see Thurkelini in the background there. He could also capitalise on this if these guys get a bit squirrely, but for the minor placings in the top 10, Jack Homan is all over the back of Yoda in his Mustang. So one mistake here could spell losing at least 2 spots.
Absolutely. I mean, and it's also what Jack Homan, that's after serving a DT. So he's doing pretty well. Get back up there and try and battle here with Yoda. Oh wow, this is going to be close coming up here, but ultimately, I don't know if he'll get this done over the Mustang on that straight.
Oh, a bit of a tap. He broke super late, Jack Homan did. Yeah, absolutely spent that in there. And Damiano Thurkelini is going to say, thanks for coming. I'm going to round the outside here. Oh, he might just let him off here. Yeah, he's going to let him through.
Yeah.
I mean, safe play by Thurkelini. He should have sent it around the outside. He should have imposed his will.
What he's trying to do is stop you from cursing him anymore is what Damiano is doing. He's sensing any form of risk and he avoids it just to make sure that this
at all costs.
Yeah, I wonder. I'm not sure how the stewards are going to view that move there, if they'll allow it or not. But
Il has gotten past Tafiq.
Oh wow! Okay.
So has Tafiq had another moment, or did Hill just get the run on him?
I mean, it's a BMW, so it could have been the run up that straight there. We'll see. I'll let you know now about. So in the last lap standings, Tafiq's actually 0.3 quicker than Hill. So whatever happened did not happen last lap.
Had to have been a mistake of some kind.
Could have been.
Alright, man. The leader is on the final lap. Give it a final push.
We'll grab a replay of that.
Yeah.
Yeah, so as Jam's saying, we got 30 seconds. Keys is rounding for his final lap, P1. Hamilton fought a bit of a chunk of the gap back to him, but again, P2, good drive for him so far. McAdams kind of been running his own race there in P3. So as we jump on board for the... Oh, Dingledell's got him again. 2 laps in a row. Dingledell got him. Is he going to get him? Yeah, got him around the outside. Just too cautious there. Going into... I mean, you would be after you've almost ploughed it into the wall, so...
Absolutely. Just, yeah. It's fair enough there. Just keeping it alive. I mean, that's always the worst when you know you had pace to try and battle for that P4 and you make 2 mistakes and you've dropped a spot there. It's right before the end of the race. It's always bitter. Damiano has pressing Yoda, so a great drive by Damiano. I mean, he's leading his class by 15 seconds. So is someone yelling pro badge in the background there, I hear, or what's going on there?
As we round the final corner and we have Lucas Keys crossing the line in the Datsun, takes a win, slides it through the paddock hill bend. Absolute impeccable drive. Liam Hamilton, 5 seconds back, comes across the line for P2. We have Jack Homan maybe for that bump. He's going to get a 5-second penalty for that late dive there. McAdam coming through, crossing the line. P3 in the Bentley. Absolute model of consistency he's been this season. Vintner's going to come through in P4. Staunch defence by him. Hill and Tafika going to run to the line for P5 and P6. So the top 6 there were pretty battle heavy. David Barker in the Milwaukee Ferrari come through in P7. Good drive by him, very quiet. Lucas Jack Homan in P8, Jake Weatherburn P9, and Damiano Thurcolini survived my cursing addict and comes home in P10, top of the silver class. Let's go.
Absolutely. Awesome drive by Damien. There's that livery. Benjamin P12 after starting from the back of the grid, so not the worst, but I'm assuming he might submit another 3 car changes after this race, just to see if the
one's got to get
gets past. Yeah.
Well, bit of eventful race, that one, but all in all, a pretty good race here around Brands. So Brands definitely brings some action, especially with how tight it is. Do you want to take us through the class positions, Jam?
Yeah, absolutely. Overall, we have Keys at P1, Hamilton P2, and followed by McAdam in P3. In our silver class, and we have Thurcolini, Palmer, and Costa going to Pro-Am here. Pasca, Armstrong, Rad, and Albert. And then in Am, Nua Asan and Foster. We're missing it looks like we're missing an Am here because there's generally 3, so yeah. What a race. Driver of the day, Connor. Who you got? I will have to give it to... I'm going to give it to Thurcolini. He stayed clean out there, dodged a bit of dramas as well, and not only that, but without him knowing, he avoided 3 curses of all curses. So great job to Damiano there, and leading by 15 seconds on his class. So, awesome job.
Yeah, absolutely. So I'd like to thank everyone for watching, joining in for round 3 of Split Green for the Octane Online Racing Sprint Series, Simrigs Sprint Series. If you haven't yet, jump on, be a Patreon. You get 5% off at Simrigs if you go and shop there. The absolutely customer service is awesome. And also 30th November, we'll shamelessly plug it in again, but you know, there's a 12-hour Nords Enduro event, last event of the year, endurance-wise. So sign a team up if you haven't. Jump on with some mates. Get racing on the track. You know, it'll be a fun day.
Absolutely. Thanks for having us, guys. It was awesome, and we'll see you guys next week, Thursday. Oh, Wednesday. I've got my days wrong. And Thursday.